guys, how you're doing? So today we're going to be doing this wreath from the Learn to Watercolour 20 Step-by-Step Beginner-Friendly Lessons on Watercolour Paper. So this is a book by Lacey Walker of Rebel Unicorn Crafts, who is a YouTuber that I didn't know wrote this book. I found her after. So do check her out. She's got some amazing watercolour tutorials and fun ways to learn, which has been great for me. I'm not associated with her in any way. I just found this book and I thought it looked cool. So it comes with the paper pre-printed, so I've already ripped out my one and got it stuck down here, and we are doing, pick it up, we're doing this wreath here today, or at least attempting to do this wreath here today. I've pre-mixed some of the colours because we needed a blue grey, a light blue and a coral, so we've sort of got those colours. But we'll be using burnt sienna, Payne's grey, Parisian blue, quercadone magenta, I can't say that, so sap green, which again I'm just winging it with my colours because they don't have names and I don't know, and I don't really care. The point is to learn how to use them, not to get the colour exactly right. So it looks like I'm going to be learning about brush control with this one because it looks like it's movements, which I was practicing on my last painting. If you remember, I was practicing trying to do the brush controls with the Birds of Paradise plant. So hopefully I can do that. So step one was mix the colours, which I've done. And then we've got fill with the custom blue grey, which is here. And we're painting the larger leaves, so these type of leaves, looking at this. The smaller leaves will be going a different green. So yeah, anything that's that sort of shape rather than long and elongated looks to be what we're doing. So you'll paint the leaves in 2 strokes. If you've been watching me, you know that's going to be a miracle because I've got a habit of doing short strokes instead of long strokes. But I was practicing last week, so we'll see. On one half, take the tip of your brush and touch it at the tip of the leaf, then start pressing the blade down. So we're just going to kind of go from there, down and up, back up again. Do it on the same opposite side. If we have a light gap between the two, leave it be. Adds a highlight apparently. And we're adding more colour, but wait for it to be a gloss or satin stage where you repeat the first 2 steps on several leaves. Okay, so I'm going to want to load our brush up. I've also worked out it's not my fault that the colours keep seeping into each other. This palette's not very good, and there's actually a gap each side, and that's what keeps bleeding into it. So it's not all my fault, which is a miracle because I thought it was. Right, so point, then press down to get to the first point, and then come back up. Do the same again on this side, and back up. I apparently can't aim. Missed that edge there. I think that's a bit more of a gap than she was on about there, so I'm just going to put that through. I think. So do that again here. So gentle pressure, add more as we go down, making the brush wider, and back up. Oh, that worked quite well. So down and back up. I know she says leave that gap in the middle, but I can't. Okay, I have issues. All right, we've established this. It doesn't look like the right sort of gap that you should have. So this one here, and back up. I clearly can't aim correctly there because I totally missed the edge, but again, I think that'll come with practice. What do you think? 2-stroke leaves, yay me. So, and I quite like this method. I need to be able to see where I'm aiming a little more, I think, so that I can, right, so I've just overshot the leaf completely there. I think I'm going to do a third one down there. I know she says 2 strokes, but okay, we've established I don't follow the rules. I think I need to get more of my brush there, because that was a little dry. Just going to go over that one again because it's a little dry, so it left a little gaps. Load my brush up more. We've got a few more here. Totally overshot the leaf there, so that one's going to be much wider than it should have been. And I'm just, you know, I'm already back to my old tricks of fiddling with the result. I'm still learning to kind of let go and let the result be what the result is, you know. That's something I still 100% struggle with, but I will get there, you know. It's going to take time and practice to learn to let go and let the watercolors do what they want to do, you know. I have control issues, we've established this. Doing it again, multiple strokes, stop it. I think 2 more. Oh no, I missed a couple there as well, actually. Remember to turn my light on this time because it's quite dark today. It's not dark outside, we've just not opened the curtains. That one didn't go so well. Never mind, not all leaves are perfectly shaped, are they? You know, leaves can be eaten away and be odd shapes, it doesn't matter. The point is having fun and just learning as you go, sort of thing. It doesn't have to be exact. You know, if this isn't fun, then there's no point doing it. Art should be expressive and fun. And you should be enjoying what you're doing. And I definitely am, even though I'm not always happy with my results. I've enjoyed the process, and that's all that matters, that I've enjoyed the process and I learn as I go, because my results will just improve with practice. But if you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to practice. So just worry about the process and don't worry about the results. Let the results be what the results are. Right, okay, so I've done all of those leaves. Oh, I should have connected the stems together, so I should have been doing down here as well. Didn't quite read far enough to notice that I was supposed to be doing the stems as well. My bad, that one got really thick there, never mind. It's a chunky stem, you know, doesn't matter. Okay. Right. Right, so we've got some things here. I probably should have read ahead because these are drying fast because of being hot in here. But we're actually going to be grabbing some of the magenta. And I'm going to drop a little where the leaf meets the stem on each one. Now it should have spread, but unfortunately this is already drying, so don't know how well it will. Okay, what I can do is just drop a bit more of this colour in here to help it spread. Means the leaves get an extra going over, but I don't think that really matters. I'm just kind of trying to encourage that magenta to spread a little. Getting some more water on these. But as I don't want to dilute the colour, I'm doing it with the actual colour. Like we learned yesterday for doing wet technique, it doesn't always have to be plain water. We can do the proper colours. You see how I've automatically switched back to short strokes again. Gotta stop doing that. Okay, so that's the magenta. Concentrated Prussian blue to the side leaves to add. Again, I don't remember which one we worked out was which, but I don't think she really says which ones, so we can just do it now. Apparently, it won't really show up while it's wet too much, but once dried, it will give an interesting dimension to it. That would probably work better if this was staying dry, but everything, staying wet, but everything is getting really dry really quickly because of this heat. Has anyone got any tips or tricks of how to work with watercolour when it's really hot? Because this is drying faster than I can paint it. Do I just work on one leaf at a time to make it do it? I'm just gonna use water, no colour. I don't want to add any more colour, so I'm just gonna use water on here just to try to spread this a little more so that actually feeds in and doesn't have a harsh line, because I don't want a harsh line. What it might do is lift some of that extra colour I put on it a minute ago as well, which would be quite handy, because they are looking quite dark compared to hers. There we go, let's try that. Okay. Right, if it's supposed to last leaves, let it dry or make it dry. Okay, so it's going to dry in seconds, I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so we're going to use this custom light blue colour here. And we're doing single strokes in all of the smaller leaves. And then we're going to be doing some concentrated Persian blue and the stems and the green, so we want it to bleed together. And like I say, we want to make sure we got plenty of water here. See, even my paints are drying out that I pre-done. And I did make a nice big puddle because I was learning from one of our other videos the other day about leaving a good puddle. So I left a big puddle and it's already drying out. So again, we're supposed to be doing the thin to the thick to the thin. Thin, thick, thin. Thin. Thin, thick, thin. This is a fun way to do it, doing the one stroke, and it does give a better look than my multiple strokes. It's a really good technique to learn for definite. I just have to learn to stop fiddling with it after and just let it be what it is, you know? Well, didn't aim that one very well, never mind. Didn't get that very thick and thin. That way. I don't know what the trick of painting the opposite direction is. I think maybe it's just a muscle memory thing. You have to get used to painting the opposite direction, because I find it easier to pull towards me than to go further away. And I also got to watch where I'm getting thick and thin, because I definitely went too thick too early on that one. But right, it covered them, so then it was a bit of blue, wasn't it? Yeah, along the stem. Got too thick there, never mind. It's a chunky stem. Still needing to learn how to keep the pressure minimal to keep the fine point on the brushes, because it can totally be done. It's entirely me that's not doing it, you know. There we go. Yep, so that's pretty much it on those. Try not to read out every single step-by-step bit, because obviously I want you to buy the book. I'm not here to stop you buying the book and cheat the lady out of her money. Okay, so looks like we're moving on to the berries next, which we got them just kind of floating around there and around here. So for the ones that are unattached, we want to use the custom coral colour. Leave one spot open as a highlight. Okay, so that's something I struggle with, so that's going to be a good practice for me. And then we need to put a little bit of the magenta along one edge to bleed in. So yeah, so we're doing, get magenta ready, because it's going to dry fast. I might do a few berries, do the magenta before I've done all the berries. I'll see how fast I get them done. So, supposed to leave section for a highlight. Can I do it? Sort of working. Now she puts a highlight further up on the top of the berry than I have. I've just not been very good at doing it. But you know, it's practice. I'll get there eventually. I'll see. That one I've already left no highlight area. I just realised I was supposed to be doing the magenta with it so they didn't dry, but never mind. Oh, I'll just put my finger in there, so that's gonna be spread, but again, doesn't matter. Who knew the little round dots would be the hardest part for me? But saving the white for highlights is something I 100% struggle with on watercolors. And I know you can get like white gel pens that we can just draw the white over the top if we need to, but I want to learn to do it properly, and that's part of the reason why I'm taking these lessons from this book and watching her YouTube videos. It's because I want to be able to do this properly and not just kind of cheat my way around it. It's not cheating, but you know, it's not quite the same. Right, so now a little bit of magenta on each section. My roundness is not great, but doesn't matter. I know in the real world berries probably would be more round, not so misshapen. But, you know, I'm doing what I can. That's all that matters. And the thing is, in acrylic oils, for something like this, I would have gone down a brush size to give myself more control. But that's not what she does. So it's perfectly possible to do it this way. I just have to learn to do it this way. And if it was all easy and we could do everything we wanted to do straight away, it'd be no fun, would it? So I'm quite enjoying struggling, because then I feel like when I get it right, I've achieved something. That makes sense. Where did I start? There? Don't think I did these ones. I'm trying to make this a little rounder because that's got very unround. Wow, I think I made it worse. I think I made it worse. Don't know if I can make them round. Oh, well, I put so much raw on there now that I actually lost my highlight. Oops. Oh well. Let's not fiddle. Just let's leave them unround. She says, and then immediately goes back to fiddling. Can't help it, okay? Just want to try to smooth out some of these edges. At least make them look semi-round. But I mean, people do literally random splotches and then draw on top to give shape. So they don't have to match, do they? They don't have to be perfectly shaped. Okay. So, let's see. That might be it. Yes, that's it. Okay, so what do we think? It's not terrible, yet the berries aren't particularly round, but I did manage to save the white in quite a few. I mean, I think I may have saved a little too much white in a couple of them for the highlights. Let's just make that one a bit smaller, shall we? We want too big a highlight versus the berry, do we? Just slightly smaller in some of them. What do you think? A bit better? Not quite so much highlight. There. So we've still got some highlight. But it's not a giant white hole in the middle of the berry sort of thing. I think it's come out alright, and I can see why she calls this an any season wreath, because there's no colour that really says it has to be one season with using the purpley blue and the blue green. I think it's come out really nice. So this is what we were aiming for. Now my colours are different to us again. I've got much more purple green than she has. This is what we were aiming for. And this is what we got. So these were much more purple than hers. The blue grey, I think I went more with the blue grey colour, which has come out more purple when dried, where hers is much greener. I don't know if a green wash over the top might help. I may be about to ruin this, but I'm going to see if a green wash over the top will just pull back the purple and make it more green. Certainly making it darker, aren't I? But if I can just maybe make it greener. Because they're very, very purple right now. Yeah, I obviously mixed my blue grey a little too much to the purple side. But I am winging the blues I'm using, so I probably used too much red blue rather than the green blue when I mixed it. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they've definitely got more of a green hint now than they had. They probably just look really dark to you guys, but they've got more of a green hint to the instead of the full-on purple, which is a little better. It's not like they're much darker than hers, but I'm not too worried about that. I just didn't want them to be quite so purple. They're still pretty purple, but they've got more of a green thing, so that'll do. Anyway, we're not fussed. Right, so the next one we got to do is a butterfly on a cornflower. So that one's going to be fun to do because that's got some more delicate stroking into it. So it's going to be a new technique for me. But I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how that comes out next time. But otherwise, I will see you all soon. You all take care. Bye. Look, I'm covered in paint.